I have never reviewed a case involving a police officer's use of deadly force where that police officer was looking to use deadly force.
Determining whether police force is justified. A look at how a prosecutor reviews an officer's actions.
Donald Trump defends his Muslim policy proposal against a landslide of outrage. I'm Craig Boswell in Washington. That's coming up.
And several people in central Illinois out of their homes after a fire at an apartment complex. But first, disturbing video was released once again, calling into question the actions of police officers in Chicago. A 38-year-old man was tased in a jail cell and later died. In the video, you can see officers surrounding Philip Coleman before one of them uses a taser on him. Another angle shows Coleman appearing unconscious, being dragged along a corridor. Coleman had been acting erratically at home before being taken into custody. Chicago's acting police superintendent says the officer's treatment in December of 2012 is now under investigation, even though a much criticized panel that looks into misconduct previously cleared the officers of wrongdoing. The release of this video and others across the country has people asking whether officers are going too far, a difficult question left to a prosecutor to decide. WMBD's Hannah Hilliard talked with the Tazewell County State's Attorney today. She joins us now. Hannah, what did you find out?
Well, Paul, just yesterday, State's Attorney Stuart Umholtz made a decision on a police shooting. He determined police shooting a man in Creve Coeur this past fall was justified. So it happens, just not as often as you may think. In his 30 years on the job, State's Attorney Stuart Umholtz has reviewed 5 cases of police using deadly force in Tazewell County.
Every police officer knows that if they unholster their weapon and they discharge it, they're going to be reviewed extensively.
And they are. Umholtz says he looks at all the facts.
If there was ever going to be a criticism, it would be that they waited too long to make that determination.
That includes dash cam footage and videos, just like those released in Chicago. But he looks at it a little differently than you might.
We don't do instant replays. We don't look at tapes the way they do in a football game and slow it down and look at it. We have to look at it in real time.
Because of how closely police officers and state's attorneys work together, some question whether prosecutors can be objective.
We have a very, I guess you would say, kind of a tough relationship.
Tough because prosecutors ask a lot of police officers.
Sometimes, they call you and say, well, what were you thinking here?
We are always the ones reviewing, critiquing. We're the ones that tell the police that they have to do it this way, that they've done something that they could have done better.
Both Umholtz and Pekin Police Detective Mike Eaton says it's a strictly professional relationship.
While we have that good relationship with them, it is something that while we do our job, they also do theirs.
As prosecutors in Ferguson, Baltimore, and Chicago continue to decide whether to press charges against officers,
I don't think we are in a totally different world than Cook County. It's a bit different than Cook County, but I've never met a police officer that wanted to shoot somebody.
Well, Umholtz releases opinions after every deadly force by a police officer case. It includes all the facts he gathered and what led him to his ultimate decision. And once the trial is over in the Creve Coeur case, although not deadly, he still plans on releasing an opinion on that too. Paul?
Thanks, Hannah. The Supreme Court will not hear a case about an assault weapons ban in Illinois. The law in Highland Park impacts guns and ammunition. Illinois State University professor Megan Leonard says it's not surprising for the Supreme Court to decline to hear the case. It's only dealt with the issue a couple times in the past 5 years. Leonard says it leaves every aspect of gun control laws up for debate in court.
At what point does a right to own a gun begin and end, and is it possible for any limitations on the types of guns that we can own? Everything right now, really everything in the gun control debate is up for legal question.
For the time being, the lower court's ruling will stand. While the Supreme Court justices said no to this case, SCOTUS is hearing arguments in other cases. We'll have more about what's on the docket later in the show. Well, Donald Trump's so-called solution to keep America safe from terrorists is sparking outrage. As Craig Boswell explains, the anger crosses the aisle and circles the globe.
The reaction to Donald Trump's call to ban all Muslims from entering the U.S. was swift and severe.
He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot.
But while most of Trump's opponents criticized his comments, not everyone was ready to condemn him. Ted Cruz says he disagrees with the policy, but says he'll support Trump if he wins the GOP nomination.
I like Donald Trump. A lot of our friends here have encouraged me to criticize and attack Donald Trump. I'm not interested in doing so.
The White House said Trump's comments should disqualify him for president, and anyone who still supports him should be disqualified as well.
It's morally reprehensible. It runs counter to the Constitution, and it has consequences for our national security. And the problem is you still have a bunch of Republican candidates who are standing by their pledge to support him for president of the United States.
The chairman of the Republican National Committee isn't taking the White House's advice to disavow Trump, but he did issue a statement saying we need to aggressively take on radical Islamic terrorism, but not at the expense of our American values.
If the Republican Party likes it, that's fine. If they don't like it, that's fine also. As you know, I'm leading in virtually every single poll.
Trump supporters say he's right.
We do need to look at these countries where these people are coming from, and particularly the Muslims.
Trump has a commanding lead over his rivals in the latest CNN poll of Iowa voters released Monday. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Washington.
Another poll of Iowa caucus goers released Monday showed Ted Cruz with a 5-point lead over Trump in Iowa. That's the first time Cruz has led in a Monmouth University poll. McLean County authorities are investigating a deadly two-car crash. It happened Monday just before noon on the 2400 East Road in Downs. An older man, Norman Small, died in the wreck. The coroner says he died from multiple injuries to his chest, the result of the collision. He was the only person in the car. The driver of the other vehicle was not seriously hurt. Toxicology results are pending. The McLean County Sheriff's Office will not yet give details of the crash or the cause. One person is recovering after a fire breaks out in a Peoria apartment building this morning. About 20 firefighters responded to the 3400 block of Richwoods Boulevard. The battalion chief says when they arrived, the fire had spread throughout the main floor and to an outside wall. Firefighters had to cut into the roof to let heavy smoke out of the building.
We didn't know for certain whether we had fire in the roof or not, so typically we'll cut a hole, let some of that smoke out, then we can visually check if we have any extension into the roof. We were fortunate it burned straight up and out, and we had a line on it right away, so it didn't have a chance to burn any further into the roof.
The battalion chief says the building has 4 units and they were able to keep the fire contained to just one. They believe the fire started on a kitchen stovetop in one of those apartments. Peoria City Council members are expected to make some big decisions tonight. Council should be taking votes on tax hikes to help fill the city's $4 million budget hole in 2016. Increases to gas and sales taxes will be considered. The budget itself is on the agenda. Tonight's meeting starts in just under an hour. Peoria County has a gift idea for your loved ones. The county has brick pavers for sale. Buy one for a veteran, have it engraved, and it will be part of the foundation for the new Veterans Memorial. It will be built in the Courthouse Plaza to honor those who served in wars from Korea to the War on Terror. If you're interested, call the Peoria County Auditor's Office. Still ahead, a fight for freedom again, now that Oscar Pistorius is charged with murder, what it means for the former Olympian.
And we are in the midst of a nice heat wave for December across a good portion of central Illinois. Peoria topped out at 52 today. That's 14 degrees above average. Even warmer weather heading our way. We'll have that full forecast coming up.
You're watching WMBD News at 5 in high definition with Paul Cicchini, Evelyn Wilkerson, and Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast. This is WMBD News at 5. Central Illinois proud.
Which truck brand do you think offers best-in-class HD towing, best V8 horsepower, and has this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year?
Ram.
Chevy. What do you think?
A Ford.
Oh. Here's the answer. That's the Chevy Silverado HD, the Chevy Silverado, and the Chevy Colorado.
Chevy.
Or get this Silverado All-Star and get a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. Plus, trade up and get an additional $2,000 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Christmas is a big time. I mean, kids love getting up that morning and running down and seeing what's going to be underneath the tree. It's Christmas time, kids should have toys. So right now at Sherman's, you can bring in a new unwrapped toy for the Marine Toys for Tots program, and we'll give you a discount equivalent to the sales tax. You can get that discount on all appliances, all furniture, all Sealy mattresses, and all clearance items. You can make sure kids are going to have toys for Christmas, as well as saving some money while you're doing it. It's happening right now through Christmas Eve.
It's Bergner's biggest store-wide sale this Wednesday through Saturday.
Most stores open 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Save up to 60% store-wide and don't miss over 150 bonus buys, like ladies' jackets and sweatshirts $19.97. 65% off sterling silver and silver-plated jewelry. Ladies' cold weather accessories 50% off. And 50% off men's gifts. Shop in-store or online. Bergner's, your store, your style.
What if there was a place where buying a pre-owned vehicle was as simple and stress-free as getting a burger? River City Garage Auto Sales and Accessories is just that place.
Get your vehicle.
With a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles in a variety of price ranges.
Get your financing.
And if you need credit, we can help you with the financing as well.
Get your accessories.
And once you pick out the right vehicle, River City can help you express your individuality and make it one of a kind with just the right accessories. We offer service and installation on site. Get to River City Garage Auto Sales and Accessories today.
This portion of WMBD News brought to you by Bard Optical.
Getting new glasses is a perfect way to use my remaining Flex dollars.
Right now at Bard Optical, get a complete pair of bifocals for just $69. Yes, complete bifocals for only $69.
Mom was so happy that Bard Optical offers the same prices as 1-800 contacts, and they take our insurance.
Get $50 off 4 boxes of Cooper Vision Biofinity contacts. Don't forget to use the Flex dollars and insurance benefits you've earned. Bard Optical, vision for life.
The Storm Tracker Skycam Network, brought to you by Parker Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. Now, your local weather authority, WMBD's chief meteorologist, Chris Yates.
Welcome back. Another beautiful day all across central Illinois. Temperatures finally warming up quite a bit compared to yesterday, back into the 50s for us in Peoria. This is the current view now from our Goods Furniture Skycam. Mostly cloudy skies, but still mild. Temperature at 50, dew point 41. Winds are light out of the south-southeast at about 8 miles per hour. Just a touch cooler to our north with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Bloomington normal now sitting at 47. Even out west, temperatures starting to cool off a little bit. Galesburg is 46, Lakin 46, Macomb right around 47 degrees. But nothing but some mid and high level clouds streaming across the state this evening. That'll be the trend going forward. There is one weak system that'll blow through tonight. Could create some light sprinkles or even a few showers. Not expecting a whole lot of rain, and that'll likely remain very hit and miss in nature, with the best chance for rain remaining well to our north. So as the system quickly blows on through, high pressure fills in behind it. That'll leave us with more mild weather, maybe even a little patchy fog by early tomorrow morning. But really, we are talking even a greater warm-up in store for central Illinois as we go through the next couple of days. This ridge is only going to build as an area of low pressure begins to dive back to the west a bit. That means temperatures are going to be 15 to 20 degrees above average, maybe even in some areas 25 degrees above average here in Peoria, at least by, well, Thursday and again on Saturday. We could be looking at high temperatures nearing 60 degrees. Now, unfortunately, there are going to be some changes. The reason we're going to get so warm is because this system begins to form and begins to dive to the south by this weekend. It's a big area of low pressure that is going to help bring some moisture northward and across the Midwest by Saturday evening into Sunday. With it will come a great chance for some moderate to heavy rain all across central Illinois, back down towards the south. And once the system blows on through, the cold air arrives. We could be looking at a mix of rain and snow Sunday night into Monday. All right, here's feature track as we go through tonight. Again, more mid and high level clouds. Can't rule out a sprinkle or two. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Some patchy fog redeveloping by early tomorrow morning, especially for areas like Bloomington and Normal and up near Pontiac, but we should see a little bit more sun at least tomorrow morning before more clouds roll on in. Temperatures are expected to be mild tonight, down into the 30s and 40s. Peoria, only a low temperature of 41 degrees. Now through tomorrow, patchy morning fog, giving way to some partly sunny skies in the afternoon. We'll see some mid and high level clouds returning to the area by tomorrow evening. These high temperatures still in the 50s. A repeat performance in Peoria at 52. I think we will see a better chance of some 50s up north as well from Peru through Pontiac. All right, here's a look at that 8-day outlook. Some mild weather as we finish off the work week and kick off the weekend. Scattered showers become a possibility Saturday afternoon. It is looking like some unsettled weather will stick with us through Sunday. Periods of moderate to heavy rain, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder as well. Temperatures then cool off Sunday night into Monday, and with whatever lingering shower activity is current, it will be ongoing Sunday night through Monday morning. We could be looking at a few snowflakes mixing in as temperatures overnight drop into the 30s. That storm system, by the way, for the weekend into early next week mixes up the entire weather pattern We'll have a couple of chances of snow as we go through next week as well. So,
well, you know,
by 50s and 60s.
Yeah, but like everybody else, on Tuesday they're already looking forward to the weekend.
Right.
I've got my sights set on that 60 on Saturday, which is nice because the Santa Claus 5K is downtown.
Might be a little wet. Fingers crossed.
As long as it's not icy, I can run.
Well, that's all right. It'll be good. Won't
Gives
be
you more
icy. It won't be
motivation.
icy at 60.
You know?
Gotcha. I like it.
All right. Thanks, Chris. All right. The Supreme Court is hearing a case about voting rights in Texas. Still ahead, a look at the impact a decision could have across the country.
There is no risk to an employer for having a zero tolerance. That's certainly their right.
Medical marijuana in the workplace. I'm Rachel Kay, and new tonight at 6, we'll talk about what you need to know as an employee and an employer.
McDonald's took its loving of Central Illinois to new heights by treating some visitors of the Peoria Heights Tower to our world-famous fries. Enjoy some loving yourself and get a McRib Extra Value Meal for just $5 at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Opportunity has no slow season, no off days or downtime. Opportunity is everything you make of it. This winter, take advantage of our season's best offers on the latest generation of Cadillacs. The 2016 Cadillac SRX. Get this low mileage lease on this SRX from around $339 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Hey, Linda. Can you pick up the kids from soccer practice? I am having car trouble. Oh, I'm so sorry. My in-laws are in town. We're actually on our way to the doctor's right now. I think it was the carburetor, maybe? It's bad. This is awkward. They're waiting in the car. Really, the tow truck's right out there.
We want the keys to your trade-in, and we want to give you the keys to a brand new Jeep, Van, or Ram Mini with no money down. At the year's lowest prices, you'll pay less in Pekin. It's easy to upgrade to a new Jeep, Van, or Ram. So let's trade keys at uptradepekin.com.
Frame what you love with Jeffrey Allen's custom framing. Just in time for the holidays. Pick from the best with the most stylish frame moldings and matte combinations around. With knowledgeable framing experts that'll help you every step of the way to create your perfect design. Whether it's just for you or the best gift of all this Christmas. Jeffrey Allen's custom framing. What you love, framed perfectly.
Picture yourself injured. This is the road to recovery. It can be daunting, the end almost impossible to see, with obstacles popping up, keeping you off track. Compensation for your injury should be the last thing on your mind, so get strong. Todd Strong has been on the cutting edge of personal and workers' injury law for 20 years. Strong Law will clear the road and maximize your settlement. If you've been injured, get strong.
The fun part about being in the music business is seeing all the kids get their first instrument. We have a great flexible rental program where you can try an instrument on a trial period first and just rent it a month at a time. If things are going well with your student instrument, you can always upgrade to a better line instrument with some of your rental money applying towards purchase. If your instrument needs a tune-up, just bring it on in and we'll take care of it for you. You're welcome to stop in at the music shop and rent an instrument, or you can rent online at themusicshop.com.
McDonald's took its loving of Central Illinois to new heights by treating some visitors of the Peoria Heights Tower to our world-famous fries. Enjoy some loving yourself and get a McRib Extra Value Meal for just $5 at McDonald's. I'm loving it.
You're watching WMBD News at 5.
Olympian Oscar Pistorius is free on bail after another hearing this morning. The judge says Pistorius has proven he is not a flight risk. Last week, South Africa's Supreme Court of Appeal overturned his conviction of culpable homicide. It instead found him guilty of murdering his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp. His lawyers say they will appeal that decision to the Constitutional Court, and Pistorius should be allowed to remain free on bail while they do so. The hearing before the Constitutional Court could take months. The prosecution rests its case in the trial of a Baltimore police officer accused in the death of Freddie Gray. Officer William Porter is the first of 6 officers scheduled to stand trial for Gray's death. Gray died from a spinal injury days after being injured while in police custody. Porter faces several charges, including involuntary manslaughter for not getting Gray medical help when he requested it. Porter has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Court is in recess until tomorrow. It will resume with the defense presenting its case. The U.S. Supreme Court justices now hearing arguments on the cases they've handpicked. One of them is a fight from Texas regarding voting rights and how the state draws its voting districts. As Paula Reed reports, this decision could have far-reaching results.
When the state of Texas draws voting district lines, it uses U.S. Census numbers. But today, that was challenged in the U.S. Supreme Court. A Texas advocacy group thinks the district should be drawn based on eligible voters. Attorney Joseph Canfield is an election law expert who is in the court today.
There can be districts where there are sizable populations of non-citizens, or even in other jurisdictions there's prison populations that can skew the population.
Each district elects a congressional leader to the U.S. House of Representatives. So at the heart of this Supreme Court case is, who does that congressional leader represent? Every person or eligible voters. People not eligible to vote include children, legal immigrants, unauthorized immigrants, felons, and prisoners. These populations are often concentrated in urban areas. If the justices choose to discount them, rural areas of the United States could hold more political power.
The idea that whole swaths of people can be counted out, rendered invisible in the apportionment process, is an affront to our democracy.
The group pushing to only count eligible voters was on the winning side of a Supreme Court case which effectively struck down the Voting Rights Act. That freed 9 states, mostly in the South, to change their election laws without advance federal approval. Paula Reed, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
The band in a Paris concert hall during last month's terror attacks is back in the City of Lights. So look at the special event that brought them there.
This Thursday.
The wait is finally over.
It's the Big Bang Theory that will have everyone talking.
Sorry, I was waiting for the bazinga.
No bazinga, because in this episode, spoiler alert, Sheldon and Amy reunite.
Well, I'll let you get back to your day.
And next Thursday, double spoiler alert.
What is he doing?
Sheldon has the perfect gift for Amy's birthday.
Have coitus with her.
It's a new Big Bang that'll have you saying,
Thursday can't get here soon enough.
And it all starts CBS this Thursday, or stream it live or on demand.
Toyotathon is going on right now at Denison Toyota. Take advantage of thousands in customer cash or 0% APR financing plus subvention cash for qualified buyers. Get great Toyotathon savings with the Denison Difference at Denison Toyota in Bloomington.
From our family to yours, happy holidays. On the eve of our 50th year, Avanti's wishes the best to our loyal customers, young and old, coming from near and far, to celebrate the season with your families. Happy holidays.
Live the good life here at Goods Furniture in Kewanee, Illinois. Spend the day shopping quality-built name-brand furniture for every room in your house and enjoying lunch in the Wine Cellar restaurant. We look forward to seeing you at Goods Furniture in Kewanee, Illinois.
Someone in your life loves those projects that need quality tools. You need help shopping for them. The tool experts at Blaine's Farm and Fleet understand. So right now, save on a Duracraft Pro 189-piece mechanics tool set. It's $99.99. This dead-on framers rig is only $24.79. And pick up a 16-pack of Duracell AA or AAA batteries. Your choice, $7.99. Tools to make their Christmas bright at prices that make you a little merrier. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I love a gourmet cheeseburger as much as anybody, and that's why we created the Pub Burger at Culver's.
My favorite cheeseburger starts with great beef. When you get that burger in your hand and the juices are flowing, you want to devour it.
Chef, we're going to make a pepper grinder Pub Burger.
I'm stoked, man.
We got a little Wisconsin Swiss and Wisconsin cheddar.
Those are the criteria for me. Fresh beef, bacon, Wisconsin cheese.
The 4 peppercorn mayo really sets this burger apart.
This is an ultimate bacon cheeseburger.
Our new pepper grinder Pub Burger. Welcome to Delicious.
When it comes to car dealers, there is a difference. Right now at Bob Dennison Ford, you can save big during the Ford Holiday Sales Event. Special 0% financing and holiday bonus cash on select vehicles. Visit Bob Dennison Ford today with the Dennison Difference.
For a surprising variety of fully inspected pre-owned vehicles, JaguarLandRoverPeoria.com.
Just one call.
One call to help put your life back in order.
One call.
One call for family law and criminal defense.
One call is all it takes.
Call the Borsberry Law Office today for a free consultation.
Dr. Lee and the Orthopedic and Shoulder Center have you covered. Physician visit, x-ray, therapy, MSK ultrasound, and MRI all in the same day and under the same roof. Call 309-888-9800 or visit orthopedicshoulder.com.
You're watching WMBD News at 5.
Rock band U2 had a surprise at its final tour performance in Paris. Eagles of Death Metal joined the group on stage last night. That's the band in the Bataclan Concert Hall last month when terrorists attacked the city. Mark Phillips takes us to the band's emotional return.
This was never going to be an ordinary rock concert. It was a statement that life would go on, and it was a tribute to those whose lives had been ended. U2 lead singer Bono sang a Jacques Brel French classic as the names of the victims were projected in the form of the French flag. The song Ne me quittez pas, Don't Leave Me. And if the evening needed more emotion, it got it in the end when Bono called onto the stage the band whose concert at the Bataclan Hall had been turned into a massacre where so many were murdered. U2 brought the Eagles of Death Metal back to Paris.
They were robbed of their stage 3 weeks ago, and we would like to offer them ours tonight. Would you welcome the Eagles of Death Metal?
No one was in any doubt that the lyric of the band's first number, People Have the Power, meant something extra here. It was the first time the band had performed since the Paris attacks. Its frontman, Jesse Hughes, explained why they had come.
We love you two so much for giving us this opportunity. I look around and I see, how do I say it, nos amis, our friends.
This was more than a rock concert. It was an act of remembrance, an act of cultural assertion, and an act of defiance. Mark Phillips, CBS News, London.
The Eagles of Death Metal were a popular cult band before the attacks, but now many consider them a part of Paris history. Well, don't go anywhere. Chris has a last look at the forecast after the break.
Court at Liberty Village treats your loved one as a person who just happens to have Alzheimer's. We strive to protect their dignity. Our dedicated staff provides consistent care in an anxiety-free environment. Contact Garden Court today.
Aim farther with storage and go beyond decoration with Dakota Wood products from Menards. They're easy to work with so you can create exactly what you want. Get this pantry for just $484. For the ultimate stain-blocking paint and primer in one, choose Dutch Boy Platinum from Menards. It has advanced extreme high technology and seals common household stains. Save $7 a gallon. That's $35 on 5-gallon pails. Don't forget Christmas. Grab a Menards gift card.
Warm season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Which genetics work best in your conditions? How do you optimize nutrition levels? Can you get more from your crop protection? How does data improve each of your acres? With every question, there is an opportunity for growth. Because the right answers can help bring it all together.
Christmas is a big time. I mean, kids love getting up that morning and running down and seeing what's going to be underneath the tree. It's Christmas time, kids should have toys. So right now at Sherman's, you can bring in a new unwrapped toy for the Marine Toys for Tots program, and we'll give you a discount equivalent to the sales tax. You can get that discount on all appliances, all furniture, all Sealy mattresses, and all clearance items. You can make sure kids are going to have toys for Christmas, as well as saving some money while you're doing it. It's happening right now through Christmas Eve.
It's here. Extreme Black Friday Deal Days. Right now, get 3 times the bonuses with free Showtime, free Movie Channel, plus twice the speed with a free speed boost from 50 to 100 meg for 6 months. Supercharge your devices with Extreme's high-speed internet, digital TV, and digital phone for just $29.99 each a month for 1 year. No contract required. Don't wait. Find out how to claim your 3 free bonuses. Call 844-4EXTREME today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Barnabas from Redwood Dental Care. Here at our office, we see a lot of anxious patients. No matter what your dental needs are, we offer you 3 different types of sedation. Don't let fear hold you back from the smile you deserve.
Schedule an appointment with Redbird Dental today and relax at the dentist for a change.
Here's what you can see tonight on WMBD, Central Illinois Proud. Your NFL Game of the Week matchups on CIProud.com. Brought to you by Chestnut Health Systems and Frontier Communications. Frontier and Amazon deliver the ultimate entertainment experience. Severe weather can make life difficult and be downright dangerous. Stay ahead of the storm. Watch your local winter weather authority only on WMBD News.
All right, one final check at that forecast. Some pretty balmy weather for December with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 to finish out the rest of this work week. It is going to be a wet weekend. Could see some thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday. We'll keep an eye on that. And then a chance of a rain snow mix Sunday night into Monday morning.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thank you for joining us. WMBD News is available on air, online, and on the go. You can head over to our website, CIProud.com, and get the latest news on our app for your phone or tablet. See you at 6.